issue natin sa West Philippine Sea, ang nagpapagulo lang naman talaga natin dito, pag sinabi natin instability in the region or in the entire South China Sea, ang pinag-uusapan lang natin dito basically is China. I think it's important for us to highlight na ang pinagdadaanan nating illegal presence, provocative behavior, and bullying tactics of China ay hindi lamang tayong nakakadanas. No? This also being carried out in the exclusive economic zone of Vietnam, also in Malaysia, also in Indonesia. No? So kung pag-uusapan natin dito, how are we going to characterize itong instability dito sa region? What is important is China lang naman ang gumugulo nito, no? Not any other countries in the region. And for Southeast Asian countries, particularly the claimant states in the entire South China Sea, not just in the West Philippine Sea, we have a common understanding of not elevating the tension, not provoking any claimant state. It's only China who's doing all this. So, masasabi natin na ang dahilan lang ba't nagulo to is because of China. I would also like to respond na ang instability ba sa West Philippine Sea or the entire South China Sea as a whole is because of the great power competition ng United States at China. Kasi alam naman natin na ginagamit din itong naratibo ng mga pro-China trolls, no? Na ang instability daw sa West Philippine Sea ay dulot lamang ng kompetisyon between Amerika at ng China. Of course, we cannot speak for other countries. Pero pag-usapan muna natin ang West Philippine Sea. Kung ang pag-uusapan natin, US ba ang dahilan? Kasi itinatali din nila kay Pangulong Bongbong Marcos ito. Na kaya tumataas ang tension sa West Philippine Sea kumpara ng mga nakaraang administrasyon daw ay dahil President Bongbong Marcos has decided to get closer with the United States. No? Walang katotohanan yan. No? Kasi 1992, the American bases left. 3 years after, 1995, China has occupied Mischief Reef. 2012, hindi pa natin pinag-uusapan ng EDCA at ang Visiting Forces Agreement. And then there was a standoff in 2012. From 2013 to 2017, China has intensified ang reclamation sa West Philippine Sea and also in South China Sea. Amerikano ba lahat ang may dahilan kung bakit nila ginawa ito? Hindi naman, di ba? From 2016 to 2022, ng panahon ni Pangulong Duterte, we decided to get stronger relationship with China. Mas in-intensify niya ang engagement kay President Xi Jinping. At he even canceled ang mga balikatan exercises. Pero from 2016 to 2022, ang 6 na taon na to, ang mga kababayan natin mga isda ay nahaharas pa din. Ang resupply mission ng Armed Forces ng Philippines ay nakaka-experience pa rin ng water cannon. So, hindi mo masasabing Amerika lang ang dahilan kung ba't nag-instabilize ito. Ano? What is clear here is that ang pagkagulo ng West Philippine Sea ay alinsunod sa greedy ambition ng China na i-justify ang kanilang 9-dash line before, ngayon 10-dash line na, without any legitimate explanation kung bakit nila ginagawa ito.
Any follow-up?
Tuloy mo na muna.
Okay. Sir, what are the potential diplomatic solutions or legal mechanisms that could be pursued to resolve the territorial disputes peacefully and in accordance with the international law, such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS?
Well, una sa lahat, no, ang effort naman ng ating gobyerno remains to be the same. No? To resolve our differences and dispute with China in a diplomatic means. Hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin tayong diplomatikong pakikipag-usap sa China. We still have bilateral consultation mechanism na sinimula nung dating Pangulong Duterte na ngayon we're still doing the same thing. So, in terms of diplomatic approach with China, we still talk to them regarding sa dispute at sa aggression na ginagawa nila. Ang problema lang is that for China, kung tayo man ay naging sincere, matapat sa ating pag-uusap, ang China, hindi nila ino-honor ito. No? Kahit pa sabihin nila sa kanilang mga press statement na they are not going to harass, they're going to abide with the agreement ng isang maayos na pakikipag-usap, we can still experience harassment ng ating mga mangingisdang Pilipino. Of course, the resupply operation has always been a struggle as well. Kung ang pag-usapan naman is yung legalist approach, ang ating Pangulong Aquino noong 2013 has already used this kind of approach wherein we filed a case sa International Tribunal. And it was already decided in 2016 na pumabor naman sa ating posisyon para sabihin na ang China doesn't have a valid claim to justify their 9-line claim. No? So, ang ating administrasyong Bongbong Marcos, the only difference is that we choose to amplify the publication ng aggression ng China dito sa West Philippine Sea. But the legalist, the diplomatic approach remains to be the same. And for President Bongbong Marcos, he doesn't want to intensify the tension or even escalate the tension dito sa West Philippine Sea. This is the reason that even if we're being water cannon, despite of the aggressive action of China, ang Philippine Coast Guard and Armed Forces of the Philippines remains to be professional in dealing with them.
Sir, with regards to that, what is the Coast Guard's plan moving forward with the RORE missions? Will it still be the same and use the Onaisa May style vessels or use a new resupply ship entirely that is more durable? Many local defense watchers are wondering why we cannot use more durable civilian ships with metal hulls.
Well, first of all, the resupply operation is an Armed Forces of the Philippines mission. This is not a Philippine Coast Guard mission. Our role in the resupply mission is only to provide security escort dito sa ating supply boat na gagamitin ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. It's not for the Philippine Coast Guard to decide anong uri ng barko ang gagamitin dito. Whether it's a wooden hull or a metal hull, it's for the Armed Forces of the Philippines to decide. So we would respect kung ano man ang type of chartered boat na gagamitin nila dito. The Philippine Coast Guard will still be having the same level of commitment na siguraduhin na we're going to provide security escort and support the charter boat to reach its destination in BRP Sierra Madre.
Besides the Teresa Magbanwa class MRRV, does the PCG plan to acquire a larger patrol vessel that is more than 100 meters?
Well, the Teresa Magbanwa class are 97 meters lang ang haba. If the question is, do we still intend to acquire more 97-meter vessel? Last November, the President has already approved the NEDA resolution for the acquisition of 5 more 97-meter vessels. For the Philippine Coast Guard to have much more larger vessels kung saan we can be able to prolong our patrols in different parts of the country.
Sir, follow-up question. May chance pa po ba na about sa